My parents are divorced because I'm from America. I'm the oldest of 3 boys, raised by a single mom. She's the best. She's here tonight, actually, my mom is. Yeah, big pop for Ev. Big mom pop. Getting over. She's the best, but I do think that divorced dads don't get enough credit. Because when you're a kid, hanging out with a divorced dad is just like hanging out with another kid. But that kid has money and a car. Right? And that kid does not know the rules of what kids are allowed to do. Or now, this is right after my parents got divorced. First time I hung out with my dad. After that, I was 8 years old. I got him as a snack to buy me a bag of Cheetos, 2-liter bottle of Coke, and a box of sugar cubes. Pure Domino brand sugar cubes. And his only screening process for that request was to be like, would your mom be cool with this? Because again, she's totally cool with me having the 3rd grade version of cocaine, no problem. And so we got back to my dad's bachelor pad in Patchogue, New York, and I'm just like hitting these sugar cubes hard. And I was just high out of my mind. Got halfway through the box. I was 60 pounds myself, so at that point I'm like at 8% sugar, and I just could not stop laughing. I was giggling, and my mom called to check in on me. I don't know why she felt like she had to, but she did. And she was like, Kevin, what's with all the giggling? What's happening? And I was like, Dad gave me a box of sugar cubes for lunch. And she was like, put your father on the phone. I was like, oh no, they're gonna get divorced again? Is that possible? This time it's definitely gonna be my fault. I suspected before. We got the evidence now. Queens is officially the most ethnically diverse county in the country, which is cool. It's very different from where I grew up in the Hinsdale, Clarendon Hills area. Not a lot of diversity there. Our diversity was like different kinds of white people and like 4 Indian families all named Patel. That was it. Unrelated Patels, but all Patels. And now I hear people speaking different languages all the time, and that's cool, but I feel like when I hear someone speak a different language, I'm too impressed because I didn't grow up around that. Like I was leaving my apartment the other day and there was a baby in a stroller speaking Spanish. And I'm so dumb. My first thought was not, that baby's probably being raised in a Spanish-speaking household. My first thought was, oh my God. That baby's a genius. How does he already know Spanish? He's in a stroller. Is he a Rosetta Stone? This kid's gonna have AP credits out the ass. He's gonna be a junior day 1 when he hits high school. This kid's a phenom. Like, people think New York's a much more dangerous place than it is. It's not. It's the safest big city in America by any measure. Nothing bad's happened to me in the time I've lived there, 12 years. Nothing bad's happened in the past 12 years to me until a couple weeks ago. I was walking down the street and I got hit in the face by a pigeon. Guys, there is not enough soap in the world to make that okay again. I was on the corner of 14th Street and 8th Avenue, so if you ever visit, don't go there, he might still be there. Just a total dickhead as far as pigeons go. And he was flying at me about eye level, and I was like, well, he's totally gonna move. They always move. And then it got to be a certain point of no return where I was like, he's clearly not moving. But it was too late for me to make a real dramatic move out of the way, so all I could do was a very slight turn of the head like that. Which would have been fine, but the pigeon made the same midair correction and just slammed into my face. Like wheels up, like he tried to put on the brakes, but it was too late. It's a mix-up in air traffic control. Just slammed right in there. And it wasn't one of those like young, white, pretty dove-like looking pigeons. This dude was mostly gray with some brown splotches. Had like 2 different colored eyeballs going on. So he's like randomly missing patches of feathers, like he just got done putting out cigarettes on himself. I think he had a teardrop tattoo by his eye. I couldn't tell for sure. It's like, I've seen Law and Order. That means he's killed before. I know that. He's in a gang. And he hit me in the face, and when a pigeon hits you in the face, you learn some things about yourself. I learned that when a pigeon hits me in the face, I make a noise that is not very masculine. And I do it loudly, loud enough so that all the grown-ups in the area turn around and be like, oh my God, what happened to that little girl? Is she? All I see is a large man crying. What do we do? Is this an Amber Alert situation? Guys, stop sending dick pics. No more dick pics. No more dick pics. No one needs dick pics to make a romantic connection. None of our grandparents met that way. None of our grandfathers drew a picture of his dick and mailed it to our grandmother. I was like, tell me how you feel about this in 3 to 5 business days or whatever. You don't need it, so don't do that. I don't want to brag, but I do have a pretty clean criminal record. But when I was 14, I did get busted at a Walgreens trying to steal condoms. And if you had seen me at 14, you would know how wildly optimistic that move was. Apparently, I just wanted to make sure I'd be practicing safe abstinence for a while. And the worst part is I got busted by an 80-year-old lady and she made me a deal. She's like, tell you what, I won't call the cops if you agree to talk to me about why you made this choice. So it's like, all right. So she took me back to like the Walgreens thieves interrogation room. And her first question was, now, did you do this because you're in love? And I was like, you know what, just call the cops. It'd be less awkward to just go to prison than to have this talk with Nana right now.